Ophelia here. I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks, and today we are making this adorable little purse, and I am using it for business cards. See, I've made these adorable little business cards which I give to anybody who might be interested in my channel. And I keep them in here because then they're all together in my handbag and it's nice and neat. So what did I do? Very simply, I made a largish granny square. So that is what we are going to do today, and I will show you how to sew them together. And look, can you hear this? Yeah, it's a crocheted button and it's hard. I will tell you how I made it that way when I get there. So let's get started. I am still using that King Cole soft cotton soft, and this one here I just did whatever colour I fancied. So it's sage, apricot, orchid, sage, buttercup, lavender, and sage again, so just whatever I fancied. Today we are going to do in two colours, so I was thinking I could do a white and a lavender one. So let's get started. Yes, I am going to show you once again how to do a granny square, because I have new ways of doing things. So make yourself a slip knot and make sure this end is not too short, so it's about 10 centimeters. You're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using a 3 hook, and we are going to start with doing our sort of, you normally do a circle. Well, we are using the magic chain in this one here. So the first chain, I have opened that up. Shall I do it again? So this is your first chain. You put your hook in and you open it up, and that is what you are going to use as your magic circle. So you do another 2 double crochets, then we chain 2, and then back into your magic chain you do 3 double crochets, 1, and you always go back into that magic chain, 2 chains, and another set of 3 double crochets, 2 chains, and you might see that it's all sort of opening up a bit. Don't worry, just pull it a little bit, making it a little bit smaller, and you repeat those 3 double crochets again, because we need to make 4 sets of 3 double crochets each time with 2 chains in between. So chain 2 when you've done those 3 double crochets. I have now come to the end of that first round. We are going to find the 3rd chain, so 1, 2, 3 into here. Try to pick up 2 bits of it, like so. Then, instead of pulling through your white, you are not going to do that, but we are going to bring up our next colour, hook it over your hook, and pull it through like that, and pull it through the loop on your hook. This will give us a colour change, but we are not quite in the correct place. But we are going to do a chain up here. This will be the last stitch of our round. So let's just forget about that one for now. And let's just go into the next chain space to start doing corners. So for a corner, you're going to do 3 double crochets, 2 chains, and 3 double crochets into that same chain space. Then you go on to the next corner and you do the same thing. So 3 double crochets, 2 chains, and 3 double crochets. Next corner, 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. There we go, see? And we are going to do the same thing again in that last corner, but it's going to be a little bit different because of course we've already done that chain, and that chain that we did at the beginning is going to act as our last double crochet. So in here I have done 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, and now I am going to go under the V here. So we've got the chain 3, under that V we're going to go the V of that first double crochet, and I am going to do a slip stitch incorporating it where it needs to be. But of course we haven't cut off our white, and we are now going to do a row of white, so we are going to do that slip stitch again, undo it, do it again, but not pulling up the lavender, we are going to pull up the white. There we go. And the same thing again, so we're going to do those 3 chains. That's going to be our last of our cluster that we are going to place there in a moment, but we are not going to finish, or we are not going to think about that for now. We are just going to continue with our round, which means we have to do first of all a corner of 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. And you have both, and you have both colors attached, so that will save us putting in any ends. Then you are going to put a cluster in between the 2 clusters from the previous round, just like so. And my cat has just jumped onto the desk, so she's in front of the light, as you can tell. She likes it there. And then we go into the next. Oh no, she's now looking into the light. Oh my word, they're very bright because obviously they're filming lights. Oh dear, I might have to move her in a minute. Okay, where are we? So I'm doing this corner of 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. Okay, so again we're at the side, so you just do your cluster here of 3 double crochets. There we go. And another corner here. So I found that to fit a business card or even a credit card or even some money, you need to do a granny square with 7 rows. So let me just show you. Here I've done 1, 2, 3 rows, so I'm working on my 3rd, so I've got another 4 to go. So I will guide you to the next color here, but then I am going to leave you to it, and I'm going to move the cat. So we have light again, and I will see you when you have got your 7 rounds done. So once again I have done a corner here, and now I am going to do here, I'm going to do my cluster, and then the end cluster here is only 2 double crochets because of course this counts as a 3rd one. You go under the V of that first stitch in the next cluster, you pull it together and it looks perfectly like a normal cluster. But of course I should have pulled through with the new colour or with the lavender again. So I'm going to continue doing this until I have 7 rows. Right, so I have done my 7 rows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I finished on white, I have put in all the ends, and here you can see that little bit where I've taken along my yarn, but obviously it's not that obvious and it's going to be on the inside anyway. So I've now decided to put it together with green. I don't know what effect that's going to have, but we will see. I'm sure it will work out. All the colours go together, in my opinion, anyway. So you have your square facing the right side up. You're going to fold it over like this. Pick up this side here. Hold where you've got the holes. Hold that together, and then you will see that sort of your stitches sort of line up almost, and there's one stitch here which is in the different direction. So I go through that one there and I just perform a single crochet just to get myself started. Then you are going to do single crochets, but you are going to pick up the V, this one here, the one that's closest to you here. And then you are going to pick up the one that's furthest away over there. And we are going to do a single crochet. So pick up the leg that's closest and the furthest. And again, closest and the furthest. Yeah, here and there. I think that's the right one. Here and there, the closest and the furthest, and you go all the way to the corner there. And make sure you tally up your stitches. So this one here, the corner is a little bit more difficult because of course you're working in the corner or in the sort of chains as well here. Right, so which is the next one here? There, into there and into here. Yep. Now you've made it to the corner. The corner is just about there. You are now going to take the rest of the square that's there. Okay. So the bit that was towards here, you're going to fold that in two as well. And you are going to find the corner chain here and find the corner chain there. Again, let me just check. No, that was not right. Again, you need to get the outside ones. So this one here, not the one on, yeah, and that one there, that was the right one. And you, oops, lose everything. No, that was not good. There we go. And you do a single crochet. And once again, you find the outside, the one that's the closest to you and the one that's the furthest away. Closest and furthest, and continue like this to the end of the row. I try to do something here still, just so that, like before, we attach it somehow. There we go. Okay, so that is what we have got now. Let's just cut it off, and we'll have to weave in the ends, but look, turn it round and we've got some nice little green accent edges there. I mean, obviously you can do it in white because that would look a bit nicer, I think. I did it in green because it would show up for you. I have to say I like it like this. I quite like that. So next we are going to see if we can make a button. So slip knot onto your hook. Now I am going to go into here. So not the first one here, but these two here, and I'm just going to go into there like so, bring it up, and do some stitch, maybe a single crochet or just a slip stitch, but I think this is a single crochet. Right, so there, that's attached that. Okay, and now we are going to do 1, 2, 3. Why is it so difficult to do some chains? Goodness me. And we go back into that single crochet there, and we do a single crochet, because the more you do, the thicker it will get. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and this time you try to lay it sort of to the other side, and I pick up something there in the green. There we go, pick it up, bring it through, however you can do it. If it's a slip stitch, that's perfectly alright as well. Just keep going, just keep doing 1, 2, 3, and then attaching it back to that same side. There we go. It's sort of like, let's go into here again, pulling it. Yeah, I'll just do a slip stitch, that's fine, until you have a little bit of a knobbly bit. I'll just do one more, I think. 1, 2, 3, and just, yeah, fold it together like that. Yeah, here we go. I can go into there and do a slip stitch there. Okay, cut it off, and obviously you're going to have to weave in the ends. Now, weaving in the ends, I'm going to use here to reinforce the button. So I'm just going to put it on my needle here, and you just go in and out a couple of times like that, and you make it even stronger and thicker by doing that, and you can shape it better as well. See, so yeah, look. So you do that until you sort of are pleased with the shape that it's making, and obviously, let me just do that, until your cotton is finished. And then to make it hard, okay, so I will have to put that in a moment, so it will fit through there. See, look, through that little hole in the top there, so that's perfect. And to make the button, the actual button, to make it a little bit harder, I dropped a few drops of PVA glue onto it, and I left it to dry just overnight, and by the morning it went, can you hear that it's quite hard? So that's hard, and now I can, it's quite easy to use this as a button. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.